Ilir, what made you decide to get out of the daily operations of the pizza business and get into the delivery of pizza's business?
Yeah, I think for myself, I have a lot of family and friends, and as we were just speaking, it's 34 family members that own small business pizzerias. I have a technology background, and I saw an opportunity for us to work together to make sure that we're enabling these locations to evolve.
When was this? When did you start to?
So I originally started the business in 2010, and we were known as mypizza.com.
Ah,
I bootstrapped the company for almost 6 years with a very small team, simply going and partnering with pizza restaurants predominantly in the New York area, but then started to spread pretty quickly. We had locations as far as Arizona and Alaska. And in 2015, we did 40 million in sales on behalf of these small business pizzerias. And it was a small team of 7 people.
was this, wow, was this before Grubhub really started to take over and DoorDash and everybody else?
Yes, so DoorDash had not launched yet. Grubhub was just starting to really pick up steam. Obviously, a much different play, not necessarily focused on one industry, but we were one of the early players in the online food ordering space.
And you, because your family had owned pizzerias, how much were you helped by having the street cred in the pizzeria business when you came in to sell your product?
Oh, I mean, it was invaluable, obviously. Spent so many years, whether it was with my immediate family or close friends that own pizzerias, just have a complete knowledge and understanding of the individual local pizzeria's business model, their strengths and weaknesses, and the things that they really are struggling with is really what helped me launch the business.
So, what did you tell them? How did you sell? And keep in mind that we're back around 2012, 2013. They probably had not, many of them even heard of Grubhub or electronic delivery. So, how did you make your first sales? What did you say?
Yeah, so that was one of the big hurdles was, what is this online ordering? I mean, a handful kind of knew about it from some of the big chains.
Yeah.
So we mostly compete with the Domino's and the Papa John's of the world. And they started to really advertise online ordering. And so small business pizzerias naturally want to make sure that they're adapting. But beyond the first few that joined, many, are very, and still today, they're very hesitant to evolve their business into this digital component. And so to alleviate their concerns, what I realized was that a lot of pizzerias have a fax machine and they accept orders via fax. And so we figured out a way to take an online order that is placed by the customer and turn it into a fax order for the pizzeria.
That's great.
And the ones that did not have a fax, I actually personally phoned in the order. So if Joe placed an order on Slice, I would then take your order and I would read it out to the pizzeria owner so that they didn't have to change anything about their business.
From your technology office, someplace else, you'd phone it in over the phone vocally.
Exactly. And this was all about making sure that they saw value in what we did. And then once they, saw that value, then we were able to then, put in technology at the store as well.
How do you go in and sell now?
Now our team is...
They're calling you.
Yeah, well, a huge chunk are calling us. So we partner now with close to 600 new pizza restaurants every single month. So we've really started to scale and accelerate. But a lot of that is the result of having a vice president of sales, Scott, who's incredible. They've built out an amazing team. And yeah, right now it's obviously a much more of a top of mind issue for small business owners. And the fact that we approach them with this win-win scenario in terms of our business model and pricing model, it makes it very, very simple for them to understand.
You far underprice Grubhub and the others. That's your main appeal right now, right? Is that you don't take a 30% commission of the delivery.
Yeah, look, I think we are naturally a small business platform and not necessarily just a consumer focused play.
Right.
So I call Grubhub and DoorDash and these guys, in fact, one of my good friends who also has a tech business, helped me really see it this way, which is they're drive-by aggregators. They basically want to come in, pick up food from you as a small business owner to deliver to the customer. And they promise you that these customers are all brand new, and therefore they're charging you 30% per order. But for small businesses, their margins are at best 15%, maybe 20%. And these are family-owned operations. It's unsustainable. So when you look at Domino's, whose business is now 70% digital, and they're using that technology to really make their franchisees very successful. In order for a small business to become 70% digital and meet those same efficiencies, it's impossible for that to happen with Grubhub or DoorDash because they would be out of business. Those economics do not work. And so our pricing model isn't necessarily a reflection of what they're doing because it's been pretty consistent since the day I started, but it's basically a very win-win opportunity for SMBs.
Because a key point, if I'm correct, is that you do not hire the people who do the delivery. You're the technology, the software behind it. So was that partly what led you to be able to price it something like $2 a delivery or something like that to keep it so low?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. I think one is that we are a natural partner for the small business. So we are an extension of their business. So we think of ourselves as the digital component to every small business pizzeria's business. And I think the other thing is just, we're not necessarily chasing, or trying to maximize our revenue by simply, taking advantage of SMBs. I do think large aggregators take advantage of small businesses. And they can do that because they are wide platforms, so they're very horizontal. They work with every single location. And if Joe's Pizza is not willing to pay the 30%, somebody else will. And ultimately, they have a way of funneling the consumer to the locations that are willing to spend that kind of money.
They're like Amazon. A small business can't compete with Amazon. Grubhub and these others are like the Amazon of that way.
Perhaps you can say that, yeah.
And but Ilir comes from a family of pizzeria owners, and well, I'll agree to talk to him then because maybe he won't gouge us. The person would think, and then when they see your prices, they think not.
Yeah, and I would say that's first and foremost. So obviously, and our brand is obviously focused and targeted around the pizza industry. But I also would say that we offer services that go above and beyond what a Grubhub offers or DoorDash. So we empower Joe's Pizza's digital presence. We have partnerships with Google and Facebook, TripAdvisor, so that anywhere your brand exists, Slice powers that digital presence for your brand.
You'll handle it
your
for them.
website, your online ordering across any platform where a consumer could be found.
So the pizza owner on 8th Avenue may have ads, if I'm correct, on TripAdvisor, and he doesn't even really know that you've done this for him. And it's all part of the service. I mean, he may know or he may not.
Right. When they partner with us, they obviously know.
Yeah.
But it's basically a small business pizzeria owner partners with Slice, and like the flip of a switch, they immediately get a digital presence across the internet, not just a website. And we enable those customers to then order easily from that location. Not only that, but then post-order, we advertise to that consumer to come back and reorder from that location. And usually we'll do that through deals and discounts that are proprietary.
Do some of the pizzeria owners prefer to keep their own delivery people who they always had without using Grubhub or DoorDash? I'm just wondering, because I know some of the people in the pizzerias, they've known them for years. I've known them as a customer.
Yeah, of course. So the vast majority of small business pizzerias deliver on their own.
Right.
Delivery is, in fact, a major part of their business. And as a result, they don't really want to hand that off to a third party who isn't going to necessarily manage that order in a way that their direct drivers will. And so while they will work with a DoorDash in urban areas, the other thing about the pizza industry is that the vast majority of these locations are in the suburbs and small markets. So think about every town in America has a pizzeria. And that's not usually where you'll find Grubhub or Seamless.
Oh, they're not even there.
They're not there. They're usually in the larger, dense urban cities.
Right, right. Now, your business now has how many employees, and where do you operate and deliver pizzas in Arizona from specifically?
Yeah, so we've got a national presence in terms of our customer base. We work with close to 13,000 small business pizzerias
But how
around the
many
country.
in your office and everything? Tell us about your
So in
operation.
terms of our employee base, we're over 600 people across 5 offices.
Wow.
Yeah. Team has done a really good job at evolving our platform and obviously providing a ton of value to our small business partners. And we're scaling quickly.
What did all these people do? That's what you wonder some days, right?
Yeah, a combination of things. No, I think they
Okay.
they do a lot of great work. So anything from customer service, we support our restaurant partners in a managed way, which means that they actually don't have to do anything. We run the service for them. So if we have to change any information, any menu items, we do that in-house. There's a marketing team, there's a
man.
technology team, a product team, and so on and so
Change
forth.
the menu, they call up, so all these employees are making all this happen.
Yeah. And so think about Domino's as a franchise model. What corporate offers all of their franchisees? So they've got 5,400 franchisees around the country. Well, Slice offers that level of service and value to small businesses so that they can compete and, in fact, win in the marketplace.
So this, I didn't realize that Slice was in all these cities, and I thought it was kind of a local New York company. And this fast-growing business you now run started from your family's pizzeria on the Upper East Side.
Yeah, so that was
Amazing.
yeah, all the way back in the 70s. It was called Charlie's Pizza. My grandfather, my uncle, my dad, all operated out of there. And then, yeah, I have a technology background, and those two worlds collided, and here we are.
What is your tech background? What did you do before this?
I had a tech support business that I launched right out of college, which then I evolved into a franchise model, and it was basically on-site tech support for small business and home offices.
Would you do that? Sell it, or does it still exist, or what?
Yeah, so we franchised the model, and then in 2008 sold it to a public company out of the United Kingdom. And
Where'd you go to school? Around here?
I went to the College of Staten Island.
Scotland, Staten Island.
Yeah.
So you were just right for that tech boom, right? You came out of there knowing how to start a tech support company. When
I got really
everybody wanted
lucky. It was just, yeah, I came out of school around 2002, 2003, and then that was the emergence of broadband internet, wireless networks, and all that good stuff. And so, after 5 years in that business, all of these family members that own pizzerias naturally saw me as the tech guy. And so, in fact, I had no choice but to start Slice. But it's been an amazing journey. And to be honest, we're literally we have so much to do and so much room to grow. In essence, we're managing a small fraction of our partners' business today. And to get to 70+%, we've got another 100x opportunity.
What a wonderful story.
Thank you.
Hilaire, thank you. Great
Thank
to
you
know
so much for having me.
Thank you.